Welcome to ProspectSafari. ProspectSafari is made by salespeople for salespeople to make your life easier, to make you more productive. It's ready to go right out of the box, but let me just show you a couple of things just to make you familiar with all the various features. Over here on the top right, you have a menu that's quite useful. This will get you your help, support, feedback. The one thing you might want to set up here in integrations is your email account. Once your email is integrated with one click, you can just now send emails from ProspectSafari. You can also go up here and create email templates and sequences, email sequences, to with one click send a sequence of 4 emails, for example. What people want to do mostly straight out of the box is to click the add button up here and start adding prospects. You can upload a CSV file or do an automated search to generate a list of prospects. Create a new list and put in your list name and search terms. Be as specific as possible with your search terms so that we can get 100% of that target market in the search. When you're ready, click search. And after a few minutes, you'll be notified your list is ready and it will display. Each of the websites has been scraped to get further information, social media links, and further contact details. All the lists that you've created are available here under lists. You can see all the various ones that you've done. Select the list and select the view button. ProspectSafari shows you the website on the left next to the data it's found on the right. These include any social URLs that will be listed here, as well as any contact details. Your job now is to go through this list very quickly and sort them into groups to understand which ones are in your exact target profile. We propose putting them into ABC groups, but you can define your own fields as you wish for data collection. Notice what happens when we click any one of the buttons down here on the decision bar, classifying this one as a group B. We instantly jump to the next one in the list. The website has loaded immediately, and we're displaying the next data. The idea is to move through your list at top speed, categorizing this in the fastest possible way. Once your list has been categorized, you'll want to go back and look at, say, the A list and find some contacts for you to get in touch with. The way you do that is typically through either the LinkedIn profile or this black LinkedIn search tool, which will open up a window searching LinkedIn for this company and any contacts associated with it. With a simple right click, you can add each contact that interests you into the list. We have a whole range of search tools that you can choose to add in here. This one searches YouTube for this company name, or a simple Google search for the company name can sometimes be very useful. So you've generated your list of prospects, you've categorized them, and you've identified the contacts that you wish to approach using your standard sales process. As you work through the process, any calls that you make, emails that you send or receive will be logged here on the right. You can click on an email and see the history of your contact's interaction with that email, when they opened it, when they clicked it, and so forth. Notice also that the local time zone of the contact is displayed if that time zone is different to yours, which is very useful for calling them. Further information about the contact can be got by clicking that down arrow. You get the full information about them and their contact details. The sales process that you're following will be as laid out by yourself. We provide you with some standard ones to work through, and the checklist for each stage of the process will be shown here, and the checklist is auto-completed as you work through, or alternatively, you can click these to complete the various tasks that have been assigned. Depending on the stage of the process you're at and this type of customer, resources will be made available to you with extra documents available down at the bottom here to help instruct you and coach you through the entire sales process. In addition, a set of qualification questions relevant to this prospect and the stage that you're at will help to define the probability of you winning this deal. Progress and the probability of the win are shown here in the deal card. In order to send an email or an email sequence, you simply click any email and it activates that process. In the similar way, you can simply click a phone number in order to call them. Notice that in the call log, we are shown the line connection index. That's a proxy for the probability of them picking up the phone to you. How is that calculated? Well, the very first time that you call someone, you will be asked to input this information. What kind of line is it? Is it a direct line? Are you going through a human gatekeeper, or are you going through a programmed menu? And have you been able to verify or not that this is the correct line in order to connect to the person that you've been asking for? Is the name recognized? So on the basis of those two bits of information and how many calls you've already made on this line, ProspectSafari will calculate the probability of you having a successful outcome and connecting with the person. And that is shown here in this gauge. With every call, you register what happened and save the call log, and you can set a follow-on call task, and that will go in your call queue. And this is where you find the call queue. Simply click on Calls Today or Call List, and you will find a list of all of the calls that you need to make, and they are put in order of the line connection index. You can see that over here on the right. So the ones at the top of the list are far more likely to pick up the phone than the ones lower down. If you work through a list and you've only got time to make 5, 10 calls out of all of this list, I've got 30 in this particular list, then the best ones to do are the ones at the top. They're far more likely to make your time useful. You're going to connect with these people and have a proper conversation. And of course, this is exactly the same methodology that Phone Ready Leads use in order to score your contacts and their phone lines. So if you have the PRL version of ProspectSafari, instead of scoring each phone line yourself the first time you call, you can simply select to send any number of your prospects to PRL by clicking Send to PRL. Within 24 hours, they will score them and send them back to you, thus saving you a great deal of time, and your call list will now be correctly positioned with your contacts positioned in that call list on ProspectSafari, as we've seen, in order to be able to work through them in the correct order.